Okay, let's warm up with the 18 therapies. So there's 18 of these. They're a simple Qigong set, and we do them in sets of 2s or 4s. Make sure that you just do the shape. You don't need to go to the furthest extreme of what you can do. Try and stay open and relaxed, and I'll talk us through them. So the first one, feet comfortable distance apart, and you're going to turn the head. So left and right, and again, and then up and down. And now bring your hands in. You're going to bring your hands toward the side and turn to look at your fist. Circle back out. And then up and down. Interlock your thumbs, let your hands come up, and as you open them, let your eyeballs follow the left hand as it circles, and then the right. Arms opening, shoulders, elbows, hands. Okay, this next one, hands on the small of your back with the backs of your hands facing your back, and come up the back, under the armpits, backs of the hands come together, palms come together, right down the middle, hands open over your dantian. Next one starts with the hands in the same position on your lower back. You're going to free the left hand and let it circle up in front of you. You turn to face your hand and follow it up. Okay, hands and fists. Oh, sorry. Interlace your fingers. Hands come up the center line, turn out, making an oval with your head in it. And you're going to reach to the upper left corner twice. Both sides are open. You are not trying to bend over. You are reaching up toward the corner of the ceiling. Let your hands down. And then twice to the right. Now, hands and fists in front of you. Open the left palm. As you send it out, the whole body is going to spiral, including your head and your eyeballs. Come back. Other side. Okay. Open a little wider than shoulder width. And you're going to put your hands on your hips with your thumbs in the hip joints so that you can feel them rotating. Start in the back, and you're going to go 4 times in one direction, rotating the hips. The torso and head reposition just enough to keep your balance, but the movement is in the hips. You're not waving your torso around. You're making a nice big circle with your hips. And then the other way. Noticing places where you want to kind of square off at the edges and try to keep it round the whole way around. Okay, back to shoulder width distance. Interlace your thumbs. Arms come up. Level your head. Let your arms come down to the sides. And then fold over and drop toward the ground. Doesn't matter how low you go. Just hang down, bend your knees to stand up, and back up. And always bending your knees when you stand up so that you stand up through the body and don't put pressure on your lower back. Okay. Wider than shoulder width, hands in fists. Sit into the right foot, turn to the left, turn out the left foot, shift and open your inside hand. Other side. Okay, feet close together. Hands interlaced. Come up, oval with your head in it, and then make a C shape going down toward your feet. Doesn't matter how low you go, just make the shape. Bend your knees to stand up. Same stance, put your hands on your knees, but don't put your weight on your hands. And you're going to do, this is opening up the ankles. So you're going to bend the knees and rotate in the ankles. Standing up as you come around to the back, sitting further down as you come around to the front, keeping the weight evenly distributed over the bottoms of your feet. And then the other direction. If your feet are rolling around, it won't be working your ankles. So make sure you keep your feet still and let the ankles be the place that gets the movement. And then bend your knees to stand up. Okay. Wider than shoulder width, hands on your hips. As you sit into the left leg and turn to the right, keeping your left knee in place. Turn back and come up. Sit onto the right leg. Turn to the left, leaving the knee of the foot that you've got your weight in, pointing this direction. So the knee points straight ahead and you turn away from it. Okay, back to feet together. Hands rest on knees. Bend your knees. Fold up the body. Hang over. And then stand up away from your hands. And then come up the rest of the way. And again, don't worry how low you go, if you touch the floor or not. Just let yourself hang over, really let go, and then stand up. Okay, wider than shoulder width, hands on opposite knees. You're going to squat. Bring the left hand up and follow it with your head. Stand up to bring your hand back. Squat, bring the hand up in front of you, and just turn to follow it. Okay, stepping forward with your left leg, your hands go up, your head comes up, you come up onto the ball of the right foot, and then as your hands come down, you can imagine touching the walls of the room to help keep your balance. Grab your knee, bring it in, put your foot down, your hands back up, and back to the beginning. Switch feet. Okay, and the last one, the hero stroll. Step out with the left foot, sit down to get the weight into the left leg, come up the left leg, that peels your right heel off the ground, sit back down through the left leg to put your right heel back onto the ground, come back, up onto the heel, back into the foot, standing up, and step. Make sure you're not launching yourself off the foot that you move away from. Let that be a passive movement so that all the action is happening through the leg that has the weight in it. Up through that leg, back down through that leg. Up and back down. the 18 therapies.